Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at Log Horizon Abridged, Episode 9 by PhatDogStudios. Now, there's a lot I want to say, because they just did a little bit here and there with oh yeah, there's a downside if they lose, or there was that Christmas episode, which was Goblin Slayer, that I'm still trying to pierce out if I've even watched in the right order, because I don't have the slightest clue what the hell is going on. And yes, I know I said pierced out. I don't mean pieced together, I mean pierced. I was literally trying to poke it with holes. Why? It sounded more fun. Was it a good idea? No, it worked horribly, and that's probably why I have no idea what's going on. Actually, that's explicitly why I have no idea what's going on. But it was fun, so I'm going to keep doing it. Moving on. This might be a little odd, but I want to know how Krusty does with his dragon. Okay, wow. Well, technically that is exactly the right and accurate description for what's happening. I didn't realize how that would sound until I said it out loud, and now I regret it. Okay, moving on, even further than usual. I'm invested in their relationship because I actually find it very interesting and fascinating, and it doesn't make sense because it's just a little side piece of the story with not even the main character, but I'm actually very invested and I find it fun. Yeah. That's what I meant to say rather than what I did say, which was so much more incriminating. I'm very glad no one watching my videos ever does anything with all my many... I call them Freudian slips, but at this point it's more like a Freudian landslide. Yeah. There is a link below to the original video. Make sure to hit up because PhatDogStudios, Richie, Fat Tony, everyone who gets involved, they do very good work. And yes, I am going to be watching more of the slime soon. They do another Abridged. That time I was reincarnated as a slime. I need to catch up on that. I'm aware, and I need to fix that. So yeah, let's get started. Starting off with the dead goblin. Love it.
What the hell is going on?
Bubbles!
This is the 6th goblin crew we faced.
There's no way in hell there should be this many goblins in this area.
Maybe they're reproducing naturally? Can they? Oh, what's that? Is that a giant centipede?
It looks like a rather large raiding party of over 1,000 goblins at least.
Oh.
What the hell is going on?
An event?
None so far.
Well, I guess it would make sense that they would congregate rather than just being random mobs.
The people at the beach.
So I guess even the
you dumbasses
monsters
do
are
know
more
that I have the contact
human?
info for everyone in the Crescent Moon Alliance, right?
Oh!
Oh yeah. Sweet. You can help us with talking to Shiro.
I'm regretting making you my master.
Too late.
That explains why the nobles are in a panic. Call me
Why
immediately
are they
if
saying
anything
shit?
changes or if you have any new information.
Also, still love the dress they gave him.
That
That looks
asshole
cool.
better keep the kids safe.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
No, they won't.
Master Nyanta is there after all.
So the
Okay, that
coast is
actually does
dealing
help.
with a mass of fish monsters.
What?
It's not even the season for that event. And don't they live way further south?
This does feel like an event-level quest line.
And none of you bitches are ready for that.
Hey, fuck you!
I'm ready.
No, you're
no,
not.
You aren't.
You'll
You
die
just
horribly.
graduated from baby steps.
Yeah, seriously. Without us to hold your hand, you're practically useless.
I thought we were friends.
We are, you idiot!
We're connected.
God damn, I thought I was actually getting a Discord call for a second. That was cruel.
I'm pretty sure this is why the
Nobles suddenly canceled all their plans and locked themselves in a conference.
Yeah, they're aware of it.
Several factions of monsters have appeared in ridiculous numbers.
It does
For
make
now,
more
the camp
sense,
is
though.
safe, and the kids are fine.
I mean, if they're given
But we had to
actual
retreat from the
smart
shoreline
moves,
temporarily.
yeah, it would make sense they would
I'll hand it
congregate.
over to Shoryu for a full report.
Hey guys,
I think
this is
they could probably
Shoryu.
make peace with
I'm
them
coming
at
to you
that point.
live from a pretty fucked up scene on the shoreline right now.
What?
Oh, fuck. We're all gonna die.
Okay, more monsters even.
Dave's anywhere near our town. First menu abandons us, and you fuckers bring all the monsters here. Dude, shut the fuck up or you want to worry about your goddamn town. I'll burn that bitch to the ground before the monsters even get here.
Run to the monsters for safety.
Bitch, I'm a Dave. I do what I want.
Bitch, I'm a Dave. Way more than it should.
So right now, there seems to be a raiding force
Fuck,
of
I'm a
goblins
Dave!
in the forest
I'm
near
gonna be
the
saying that all
Zantleaf
day.
Peninsula. There
I
appear
do
to
what I
be
want.
over 10,000.
Holy shit!
He thinks there might actually be more than that.
Does he know
Okay, this is
why
where you go with
happening?
wide
I don't
area
have any
destruction
definitive
magic. Does it
proof,
exist? I have no idea.
But I'm pretty sure it's because a Goblin King has been crowned. It's an event that happened twice a year, remember?
Twice,
We were
really?
given a week
Oh.
to slay him.
And if you failed to kill the Goblin King in time, you would be crowned, unite the Goblin clans, and raise a huge army.
Well, we know what's happening now.
That because of the apocalypse,
We were too busy trying to adjust to living in this world. Or dicking around and didn't accept any
So the
questions from
event
people
is
of the land.
happening like it normally did, but it's going out of control because it's not just an
the
event.
return of the Goblin
Oh, that's
King
so
is
cool.
our fault.
Well,
Be real with me.
not
How bad
really.
is it, Shiro?
Well, we're in a castle, so I'd say we're royally fucked.
But
It's safe to assume that the Goblin King, his guards, and the armies are stronger than we've ever encountered.
But also, there's other events going
Mostly
on too.
because we didn't even bother weakening them like we've done before.
No wonder Minyu calls us Daves. The camp was pretty small to begin with.
Oh
But if
my
we all
God,
banded together,
he's
we could
okay with
probably wipe
Dave
these armies
status.
out.
And the lords haven't asked for our help.
Who cares about those bitches?
We should act like this is our world now too, not just a game.
Okay.
What about the group of powerful warriors the people of the land have?
The Izumo Knights?
Are they any
We
use?
haven't heard anything about them at all.
That's pretty strange.
At this
Oh,
point, we should just
so they do have
assume they're
knights,
not
but they
going to
haven't
be
even
around.
shown up.
Things are looking pretty bad.
Yeah.
We survived! Or not?
Hurry and help me put that out.
What's wrong?
See for yourself.
A
What?
platoon of goblins?
Yeah, it looks like they're headed to... Bring me a map.
It seems they are headed for the town of Choshi.
You
Shoshi?
mean that town we visited?
Yeah, the one with the little girl we waved at.
About time
Oh.
you used that 6-inch hill you were talking about.
I can't translate that.
She wants to attack them.
Oh.
6-inch heel?
Adventurers are supposed to
What?
protect the people. That's why I became one in the first place.
Became?
We should make sure to help them.
Oh
evacuate
yeah,
as
because
many
he's an
people as we
NPC
Hold
and.
on. What happened to your annoying accent?
can. I don't need it anymore.
Oh. Okay.
Training.
I love how he
You
just
actually
dropped it.
die here.
And if I do nothing while others die, then what was the point of all this training, huh?
I'm saying we should
Because
leave
she
it up
knows
to the
they
adults.
don't.
I don't know what the fuck to do either.
Hey!
Well, you don't.
I love it though
How about
that
we
he's
at least
actually an
step things
ascended
out first,
NPC
so we're not
basically,
blindly charging in.
The more information we have, the better.
and no one
of a
else has
plan we
figured it
can make.
out.
It's better than sitting up here playing with our dicks.
You have a dick?
It's an expression, dumbass.
Well, I
It's like
mean,
watching
technically,
Shiro and Naoto
a certain
back in the
ninja
day.
had that issue
Yeah.
earlier.
Wait, which one am I?
I asked
You're the
Sojo
Dave.
to join
You're
us.
always the Dave.
At the very least,
You're the
his
Davest
looks
of
should keep
Daves.
Most of the nobles distracted while we plan out our moves.
That's a pretty good idea.
And it's about time I told you something important that I just learned.
What?
When we die, it seems we lose our memories.
Not the
of
time
our
to do
past
this, dude.
life. Just thought you should know.
That doesn't seem like a good idea. Really?
So,
Just hold on to that a bit
onto the
longer.
battle plan.
You can't just drop a bomb like that on us and casually move on. Which memories? How many do we lose? Well, I still remember my first kiss.
I
Do
don't
you have
know.
one?
I don't know, and that's really sweet. What was his name?
No.
Can't remember.
Oh, don't be such a bitch. You still remember the first dick you sucked, right?
Fuck you. Just because Akatsuki finally gave you some doesn't mean you get to be an asshole.
Oh, I've always been an asshole.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
right.
That's true.
Yeah.
confirm.
That's why I like him.
And if you don't want to lose your memories,
Just don't die.
Akatsuki even
Right?
agreed
You're
with there.
taking this
That's
pretty
hilarious.
easily.
I have really
Seriously,
high AC.
Akatsuki kills it every time.
Also, I run a combat guild. I'm prepared for this sort of thing. Maybe you should be too. Akatsuki is, and she always has been. But she's also not stupid enough to get killed so easily.
If you don't want to lose your memories, then just get good, dumbass.
And that is
Also,
why
memory
she's
loss is
Min's
actually
favorite.
pretty normal.
how
You
the
forget
hell
most
would
things
you even
anyways.
know that?
Insight check.
God damn it, Krusty.
It's just when it's things you didn't want to forget that you forget. That's where it's an issue.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
This is why I said we should have moved quicker, but no! The others had to keep dragging their asses.
This is the best night ever.
What is
What?
wrong with you?
Look, it's not often I get to commit justified murder. Let me have this.
You
What?
commit unjustified murder?
Only when someone crosses me.
I've been sleeping next to you for a whole week.
You might want to change that.
This is totally different, Toya.
Like, she just out creepied everyone.
You fucking monsters!
Literally, yes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'll back you up. Eat this! Last one! They killed that little girl. This is all the reason I need. If the others want to act like a bunch of pussies while innocent people die, then fuck them.
Bro? Are you okay?
Sarah.
No!
Yeah?
Let's go make some murder.
Did his voice just
I'm sharing
get
a tent
deeper?
with Toya tonight.
I guess they finally summoned us.
Sojiro's here, by the way. Oh, good. Something pretty to look at. At last.
Akatsuki was in the room the whole time.
I don't swing that way. Nor do I have a little girl fetish.
You better hope she didn't hear you say that.
Oh, good.
She probably did.
You're here.
Been waiting long?
I don't know. Do you come here often?
It depends on where you touch me.
Oh
Off!
my god, would you two get a room already?
Have one.
Would, but you and Akatsuki have already broken 4 beds.
Whoa.
I just came
She was
shopping with
listening and it said 5.
bitches.
Oh, so it's just like home.
Yeah. Hey, wait.
And as
I love their
such,
banter.
The armies are steadily advancing at a
Akatsuki,
frightening
Krusty, and the
pace.
Dragon Princess are probably my
This is
favorite.
so
Why am I calling her Dragon
boring.
Princess?
We already know the troop
Oh, yeah, find
movements
his
and have
dragon, that's
faster,
what it was,
more
yeah.
reliable information than you. Just get to the point and ask the fucking question already.
Nope.
Michikata, they're not asking us for help. They're looking for someone to blame. And if that's all, we'll be on our way. Maybe you should ask your Izumo Knights to help you out.
Yeah, I wonder about those guys still. Or do
Looks
they
like your intel
exist
was
still?
right.
Of course it is. It's Akatsuki.
This is not the responsibility of the Izumo Knights.
Nah.
It is not their job to clean up your mess.
Our mess. We just got here.
If you had done your jobs and stopped the Goblin King from being crowned in the first place, this wouldn't have happened.
You know, if you ever get trapped in a world you don't belong in, I hope you get blamed for every
Also,
single
they can die and stay dead,
unfortunate
and they
event.
don't. They just lose memories. You don't want to piss off the guy who's protecting you and doesn't
Is
like
what
you.
we call the apocalypse, and that happened to every
Yeah, it's just,
single.
for position of power wise, it's not a smart
We don't
move.
belong here. Your problems are not our problems. If you want us to fight for you, give us a reason to care.
Krusty has one. Also, political marriages are a thing, and that actually would be very effective. Also, the fact that they like each other makes it even less objectionable.
Princess, you're not allowed in this meeting.
Considering she has the
You're
best
supposed
choice
to
of getting them to
sit
do
up
anything,
there and
yeah,
look
fuck you.
pretty. On whose authority did you?
Menus. I thought you should know that the Izumo Knights have disappeared.
How dare you?
Like, just
That was our trump
unprogrammed,
card.
or...
Oh, shut up. We already knew.
How?
Look up at the ceiling, dumbass!
Lady Akatsuki!
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right, she was
Take me
just
to
sitting
every
up there?
city. I'll
They
speak
just
to the
didn't see her
Days
because they didn't look
directly.
up? No ninja
I'd
craziness?
rather be
Oh,
around them
God.
than you weak-willed pussies.
You are a bitch!
Menu doesn't like it when you swear at her.
Bitch. You were saying something?
Please forgive me, my lord!
Let's get out of here. I want to be surrounded by people who will
Menu is
actually
awesome.
do something.
Also, he might
Not
literally be
this
becoming a
useless
god.
fat rabble.
Holy
Like,
shit,
not just playing
man.
one either.
Your dragon has some serious balls. I like her.
Maybe she's got 7.
I claim the 4-star!
Could we please
Really?
not talk about my granddaughter in such a manner?
Okay, my lady.
There's toning it down.
But you really should roll an animal handling check.
Why? I fucking hate it!
What? Oh,
Hey
Griffins!
everyone, Chibitel's here, the voice of Minori.
Oh.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked the episode.
That was awesome. I knew I would like it going in because some of my favorite characters are becoming more prevalent in the episode. I keep calling her the Dragon Princess because they keep saying how he rolled a 20 for the dragon. The joke that they've been running with, and they've even referenced it again, so I'm going to be justifying calling her the Dragon Princess. Is it actually her name? No, I know that. But I like it, so I'm going to keep doing it. Like most things I do. Her, Krusty, and Akatsuki are literally some of my favorite characters, but the kids are kind of growing on me. Like before, it was like, oh, hey, distraction from things I like. Now it's like, oh, no, wait, I actually kind of enjoy when they're on screen, and I like their voice actors' portrayals. I liked how they were given the serious parts. Like, yes, their screen time was based on around where the show was going, but we've seen Abridged completely screw around with that before, so you kind of expect it'll stay humorous. And this show, generally, as PhatDogStudios and everyone involved has done, it's been more humor than anything else. This, though, that moment of burying the doll, finding it, I loved the portrayal the voice actors did because it sounded raw. It sounded like they were legitimately upset. That's impressive when you're doing it and being paid money and it's a job. When you can do it for an abridged on YouTube, fuck, man, that is legitimately quite good. Also, the fact that a certain NPC dropped his ridiculous accent, and yet no one seems to realize that he's an NPC. Am I just not remember? They all knew and kind of just forgot, because it seems like the memory they lose when they forget or when they die is that he's an NPC. All but one person. They're very much Daves. Yes. Also, this is completely nonsensical, and it just made me laugh, so I'm going to mention it. The opening intro. Everyone was labeled with Dave above them. Why did that make me laugh? It's so stupid. It's just so stupid, but I laughed. I couldn't help it. God, I like the creativity that went into the lines with this episode. I liked how the banter is so much better when they're all on screen. A lot of the times I find whenever there's more than 3 characters on any scene, not just for an abridged, but in any anime, sometimes it's hard to follow what's happening and things get lost. The writers who are trying to manage it lose the thread. If it's based on an isekai, oh god, it's even worse. But generally, 3, you kind of lose track of what's going on and you can get sidetracked and bogged down. When you have 4 or more, you're stretching it, but then usually one of them's really silent, so they're just on screen but not really there. In this one, though, they had minimum of 5 people on screen every time, sometimes more. But the writing never felt cluttered. The banter was smart. It was fast. It was accurate. It was funny. It never felt like they were dragging out and trying to remember what was happening just to get everyone into the scene, so they had some lines. There was no throwaway lines that were just dumb for the sake of being dumb. They were dumb for the sake of being funny, and that made it better. Everyone contributed. Everyone had a line that was either funny or in some way important. And the writing cast on this, the people who made the lines for this abridged, for specifically this episode, they did a really good job. And the fact that they had the king mention, I wish you would not talk about my granddaughter like this when I'm here. Yeah. And it just evolved into Dragon Balls. So it's like, yeah, on the one hand, it's not actually crude. On the other hand, no, we know it's actually crude, and they're just not really censoring themselves. We know what they meant. Which is funny, because earlier it was explicitly crude. And it was also funny. It just sounds worse when they're not, because out of context, no one else realizes when they talk about she has the 7 balls and you show them what's the 4th one. It's like, yes, we get it's Dragon Ball. Everyone else is like, oh yeah, they're just being crude, which they would, but it's just awesome because it's that small little inversion. When they're being crude, people think they're just being crude, and when they're not being crude, they think they're being even worse. Oh god, they're such Daves, and I love it. And yes, I am now using Dave as a pejorative and slightly as a verb. Only slightly, though. Still mostly pejorative. It waffles back and forth. So yeah, if you haven't already, there is a link below to the original video. Hit it up. And if you haven't, fix that! I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.
Thank you.